Hey, welcome back everybody, or welcome if this is your first time. My name is Olga Olnuzola and Nunnink, and I'm super excited for today's video because I'm gonna talk about two of my favorite things in life: art and tarot. I'm participating in the 31 Days of Tarot Challenge, and this is day 14. And today's subject is, do you have any tattoos? I don't have any tattoos. Do you have art or home decor you want to share? And yes, I do want to share because I'm an artist and I love tarot. And there are two pieces that are highly influenced by tarot. And another piece that I'm sharing with you that isn't influenced by tarot, but someone thought it was, so I'm gonna show you that as well. Yes, so again, I'm really excited. Some people have been asking me when I'm gonna show my art, and yeah, it's really nice to combine these two. I've been active as an artist since 2010, so for 10 years now. I'm a self-taught artist, and that was a very conscious decision, and I'm really proud of it. So I take my time for my art, and I'm gonna do a voiceover for the rest of this video. So enjoy! Mwah. The first painting I'm sharing with you today, I actually finished today. But as you can see from this print screen that I'm sharing with you here from my Instagram, I started this painting at least in 2015. Now, why did it take me 5 years to finish this painting? Well, I like to take my time with my work, but I could have painted this painting quicker than 5 years. But I tend to work on several paintings at once. Well, not literally at once, but during all these years I've started many paintings, I've finished many paintings, and sometimes I put a painting aside and come back to it later. So that is what happened with this painting. Also, I spent a couple of years recovering and healing myself. I've been through a lot, just like the person in this painting. And what brings me to the next subject. What is interesting when I went back to my Instagram, because the people from the tarot community will recognize this tarot card immediately, the Fool. But when I went back to my Instagram, I actually saw that my first reading with my first deck was later than the first images of this painting, of one of the earlier stages of this painting, that is. So I'm not sure if I actually consciously started painting a Fool, or that it's a coincidence, because before I had my Thoth deck, I never studied tarot yet. About this painting, oh yeah, side note, in another video I said that the power card of the Thoth deck was the first card I pulled, but now I realized that this was a reading before that. I do remember that I started with the blood moon, because there was actually a blood moon, and that inspired me to paint her. And then I added the mountain, and then I added the figure with the blood, and then a couple of years later I added Anubis, and then even more later, I think it was this year, I added the snake around the egg. No, first the elements, first you will all recognize this tarot community. The 4 suits, the 4 elements, and then later came the rainbow and the snake, and then the lemniscati, and then it was just a matter of finishing touches. But I've been doing so much that this painting has I put this painting aside for a long time, and today this prompt inspired me to finally finish this painting. So I'm really happy with it, and today I made the stars and all types of finishing touches, and I'm thinking about calling this Trusting the Blood Moon in My Womb or something. The next painting you already saw in my introduction video. This one I began with later than the previous painting, but I finished it in 2017. This one was consciously inspired by a tarot card, and I think you all will recognize it. It's Adjustment of the Thought Deck. I call this painting My Moon Ma'at because adjustment, justice, Ma'at, the feather on top, and my moon sign is Libra, weighing the scales, this and that. I always say that in referring to my Gemini sun, but my Libra moon is also something. I love the contrast of red and blue, and I tend to use it a lot in my paintings. And I think the rest of this painting speaks for itself. The last painting I'm sharing with you today has had never an intention to have a link to tarot. It is actually an exercise painting of mine. Each of these images I painted only in 5 minutes. So it was a speed painting exercise, and the row above all the portraits, I had reference photos from, but this I'm sharing it especially because of the second and the third row, because the second row, the middle row, I painted this from the top of my head only by listening to a song. So the length of, or the duration that I spent painting the middle row images actually vary. So I just put on a song, and I think I put a playlist on shuffle so I didn't know what was coming. And yeah, the time I was listening to the song, I speed painted what came to me. And the third row was in 5 minutes, also reference photos, more because they gave me a whimsical feeling. But again, back to the second row, someone who was checking out my art said about these images, like, oh, they look like tarot cards, because he knows that I'm working with tarot cards. And I was like, yes, I see what you mean. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? What do you read in these spontaneous speed cards that came from my intuition and songs? So thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know I did. I'm very happy that I finally finished this painting, and I'm curious what you guys will share for today's prompt, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Check out my other videos, or was it on this side? subscribe, check out the other videos. Bye.